Private property. The private property. What about the chimps? The chimps are your private property, and you've abandoned them, leaving them to die.
Wait until you get a decision.
Where's your conscience?
The New York Blood Center has literally abandoned 66 chimpanzees on islands in Liberia, leaving them to die with no food or water. They experimented on these chimpanzees for 30 years, infecting them with diseases, drugging them, holding them captive. They were kidnapped when they were babies, and after they've gone through all that, they get dropped off on islands with no food and water and are left there to die. The greed is astonishing.
30 years.
Don't touch it!
How can you possibly let 66 chimpanzees starve to death on an island?
You know how much?
The New York Blood Center is responsible. The whole world is watching. We will not go anywhere. These chimpanzees have been infected with diseases. They have been drugged. They have been held captive for years, for 30 years. And the New York Blood Center made a promise that they would provide lifelong care for these chimpanzees. And they have abandoned them, leaving them there to die. The New York Blood Center made $500 million off of these chimpanzees. And now they're saying they can't afford to pay for their retirement? Do your donors know that you've left 66 chimpanzees to die of hunger and thirst? What would your donors say?
You need to get out, sir. You need to back off, please.
You need to take care of these chimpanzees. We will leave when we have an assurance that you're going to reinstate funding for the 66 chimpanzees who you have left to die. The private property. What about the chimps? The chimps are your private property, and you've abandoned them, leaving them to die. To die on islands.
You don't touch us.
You're trespassing on private property.
It doesn't mean people.
Private property. NYBC.
We don't kill your chimpanzees.
Depriving chimps of food and water.
NYBC private slaughter.
Money, greed, and shocking lies. The chimps are begging on their knees.
We need food and water, please.
And has abandoned 66 chimpanzees, leaving them on islands to die of starvation and thirst after making $500 million off their bodies. How is it possible that you don't think that you have an obligation to pay for the care of these chimpanzees? Do you really think that New Yorkers were going to stand by and watch as you earn $500 million off of chimpanzees and then move them to islands where they're going to die? Sir, do you have a statement on behalf of the New York Blood Center to explain what's happening here? You can communicate to us through the megaphone so that we all hear you clearly. Something. The chimps are begging on their knees.
We need food and water, please.
NYBC.
We don't kill your chimpanzees.
Depriving chimps of food and water.
NYBC primate slaughter.
Money, greed, and shocking lies.
Hunger, thirst, chimpanzee crime.
The chimps are begging on their knees.
We need food and water, please.
That they would provide lifelong care for these chimpanzees, and they have abandoned them, leaving them there to die. The New York Blood Center made $500 million off of these chimpanzees, and now they're saying they can't afford to pay for their retirement. They've left them there to die.
You have to step out.
The president of the New York Blood Center makes...
Who would not give me a statement. I simply asked him if he knew what was happening. I simply asked this gentleman if he knew what was going on. And he wouldn't even give me a simple response. I asked, do you even know what's going on? And Jeffrey Jacobs didn't want to respond. Had nothing to say. He's more concerned with keeping us outside than just having an honest discussion about what's going on with these chimpanzees that his company, his organization, is letting suffer.
Now, what did Jeffrey Jacobs have to say?
Nothing. He has nothing to say.
NYBC!
Please don't kill your chimpanzees.
Depriving chimps of food and water!
NYBC primate slaughter.
Money, greed, and shocking lies!
Hunger, thirst, chimpanzee crime.
Does the NYPD know what's happened here?
Does the NYPD know that the New York Blood Center has left 66 chimpanzees to die on islands with no food or water? Is the New York?
You experimented on them for 30 years, and you've left them there to die?